Welcome to the 40 Ounce Podcast with Steve and Joe. Here are your hosts, Steve and Joe.
Hey guys,
What's
I'm
up,
Steve.
Guys? I'm Joe.
And we're here with the 40 Ounce Podcast. It's Thursday, as it usually will be when we're doing these podcasts.
This is way worse.
Yeah, it's not nearly as tasty, in fact.
Was the last week was Old English, right?
Last week was, it was a Steel Reserve High Gravity.
Steel Reserve. This is a Hurricane High Gravity Lager. This is really bad.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. I mean, we got to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I wanted to change it. I didn't want to grab the same High Gravities, but I did not want to grab High Gravities. But are we... I
think we might just have to do High Gravities from here on out.
Yeah, I mean...
Because we can't, people can't think we go soft.
Right. And also,
we never go soft.
Right. Never. I've never gone soft.
No refractory.
I was born this way.
I
was born this way.
Anyway.
But yeah, I think if we were to go back and change over to not a high gravity, it would
cheapen it.
It would make it. We'd just be weaker.
Cheapen's the wrong word. These things are like $3 again.
$6 for two of them.
Okay. I don't know the exchange rate.
I believe that joke happened last week.
Anyway, so I was thinking, because we do this intro thing where we talk about stuff and we don't really have a scheduled thing, because we have things that we do later.
Right.
But I was thinking we'd have a segment, because this is what I did last week, because I wouldn't think of anything to say for this until I'm coming up here.
Okay.
So I could have my observations on traveling up here.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Because that was what I did last week. I talked about the guy with the pee bottle,
right,
and the guy's dog who was pooping, and I looked at him.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. Anything happened to you this time?
Yeah, so I took the bus up. And the bus is great because half the time the machine's broken, so you don't have to pay.
Right. Oh, yes.
And it was rush hour, so it was a little bit slow going, but I was sitting on the aisle, and there was this woman on the inside who was there when I got there. And literally at every stop, from Columbia Heights all the way to where she got off at Cleveland Park, she would start fiddling around and collecting her purse for 30 seconds before every single stop. I don't even think she realized she was doing it, but it made me expect to get up for her and all this stuff.
As if she was going to be leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting you to play off that more.
Sorry.
It's kind of a open and shut case. And then the other one.
Imagine if someone did that on an airplane. But you're way up. They grab their rolling suitcase out of the overhead compartment and start wheeling it towards the front.
And then get really mad when no one let her off.
They look at their watch. They're really pissed off that they're waiting in line to get off the plane.
Can I get off here?
Oh, this is why I sit in the front.
And then the other thing was, this is another eye contact story. I was there's this guy. We were just driving by someplace at regular speed, and there was this guy coming out of his apartment building. He was standing next to his bike in the walk. Up here there's often lawns in front of apartment buildings.
Right.
So the walk to it, he was standing in it with his bike, and he was fastening his helmet.
Okay.
We need to drink faster, or I do.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, but you gotta go.
He was fastening his helmet, and I looked at him because he was the only guy on the street, and I'm on a bus.
Right.
So I got to look at people. Mm-hmm. But he was looking back at me, which is weird. Because you have this superiority when you're in a bus that you can look out. But it's really weird to look at a specific person inside a bus. Because first of all, why are you peering into this bus?
Right.
And second of all, there are a bunch of people. Why are you looking at me? But we made eye contact, so I looked away. But then I thought, wait, was that guy looking at me, or did we accidentally make eye contact? And I looked back, he was still looking at me.
Yeah.
And as soon as I looked back, he flipped out. He was like, oh God!
Because it was happenstance the first time, but then when you looked back, he knew he'd been caught because it was something more to him.
I don't even know if it was that. I think he just wasn't paying attention because he was concentrating on doing his helmet. But then he realized he had been doing something that, for some reason, is totally a faux pas in our culture.
Right. Was the bus moving?
So 35 miles per hour.
So even though he was fiddling, he was still moving with you.
Right.
See,
Well,
that's
he just needed something to look at while he was doing some boring
and it was
thing.
and it was you.
It happened to be me.
It's always been you.
It's always. Well, I should call him. Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's bullshit, that whole construct, because I look in buses all the time. But I knew that if I caught this guy, I would have something over him.
Right.
And I totally took advantage of that.
Well, we've talked about eye contact a lot, and sort of the great part about sunglasses being that you can like
look at people. They don't know.
And they don't know
what
it.
your eyes are saying.
Right.
You said last week.
Right. Oh, did we talk about this?
With dogs.
Mm.
You can look at dogs.
That's
all
right.
You want, they don't even know.
They don't even know what you're trying to say to them.
Right.
Because you imagine that the dog thinks you're thinking frisbee. You imagine. But
you have to imagine that.
No, but that's you were talking about that a little bit, and I recently got a pair of sunglasses. I don't think I've owned a pair of sunglasses for more than 3 days in my entire life. Because I either sit on them or lose them, or like sit on them and then they're lost.
You lose them into your butt.
Into my butt. No, but I've never had
lost a good man up there.
I never had a pair for more than like 3 days, and so it's just now that I have a pair that I'm like holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, they're nice, and I look at a lot more people, but I think you can see my eyes through them. So it's really a false sense of security.
Have you checked in the mirror? That's like the first thing you look at with sunglasses. You make sure your eyes are shielded.
I was too busy looking at my body in the mirror.
Oh, could you see your body?
Right.
Could your body see your eyes, though? That's the whole thing. That's the question. Did you even ask it?
I'm a little lost on this one.
Okay. So that segment is not that great.
It's not bad, though. I mean, it's a nice little icebreaker because, we don't really know these people.
Yeah, and they're
new.
They're new. I hope they're new. I hope someone's listening to this. We're drinking 40s here. It's not like we enjoy this.
Yeah, it's not like we're happy. This is like it's like all of you are screaming, just dance clown into our heads this entire time.
So you have to at least watch us dance. That's all we ask for.
Yeah, wiggle with it.
Stop. And
Whoa.
Wiggle with it. Okay, so our new segment this week.
Yeah.
Is we're going to start doing a 5 minutes long per episode.
It might be slightly more than 5 minutes this one.
Well, I don't know.
Whatever, keep going.
Try to make it 5 minutes. A serialized radio play. In the style of the radio.
Yeah, so we wrote this together.
And it's really short and painless, but it's called Beauregard Green.
Uh-huh.
And it's about two very low-level patrolling policemen in like some suburban area.
Exactly. Yeah.
They really hate working, so they hate their jobs. They hate pretty much doing.
Yeah,
anything.
right. You sort of get the feeling that whether or not they were cops, whether they were something, they would hate it no matter what they were doing.
Right. Not necessarily because they're lazy. They're like allergic just to doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just they hate it.
Loathsome people.
They're despondent and. Just before we go, how much time have we been going?
8 minutes.
Holy tits! Okay, so we're gonna jump into this right now, and then we can. It's gonna be tough because we want to get through it while we're drinking. So we'll see how we do. So Here we go.
So I'll start with we'll start with the theme song.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let me burp.
It's not the theme song. It could be.
Oh God. Okay. Now I'm going.